Hey, we're getting ready to do our move-in video inspection of 759 Miriah. Today is Tuesday. Let's see, we got like November 19th. And we're gonna go through the inside of the house and we're gonna walk around on the outside. Did want to note somebody had repainted these shutters at some point, and you know, this paint's been peeling off the shutters just all on its own. We did lubricate the storm door and reset the strike plate, and actually reset the closers because the little stops were hitting and it wasn't closing. So most times it'll relatch itself. Of course, it didn't that time. We're going to do that again, and it'll latch itself and the lock works there. Rekeyed the front door. Just throughout the house on the wooden parts, there's just some scratches here and there. I guess the previous owner, there's some signs of having a dog here before. These are the original blinds. Kind of a brown level or 1-inch vinyl. And we cleaned out some insulation here out of that vent that had blown through. Here's our new hearth and stone surround. I think those guys just did a fantastic job on putting this together, installing it. I think it just looks really super. I reattached, had to trim down the wood on the sides because the wood used to come to right about here. And so I had to cut it down. And then also kept this angle all the way around for that top piece. But it turned out really good. I think that's going to be a real improvement here. Of course, all the walls are painted fresh. Just to note that whoever painted before really went kind of outside the lines. So sometimes we see like a little darker color around the edges. Kind of wish Juan could have taken it another step further and captured some of the, covered some of that darker red, but he did fine all over. Here's our new doorknob. So that's a self-keying or easy to rekey knob. So they're all keyed the same. I just put in a new door stopper. The other one was missing. So the floor does have like a lot of dog nail marks. It's kind of hard to see because of the light, but there's just a lot of nail marks throughout the whole floor. A couple of places we couldn't get up. There's some red marker. We just couldn't get that up. We're just noting that. I rehung the closet doors. I had to put a shim underneath there on each side to make it high enough so it would go sliding and stay in the tracks. But everything's turned out nice. I think she'll really enjoy this space. She says she's actually gonna put her desk in here, and that'll be her day workspace, and then kind of close up at the end of the day. Put up some new extended pull chains. Got another wooden one to match. This one's already here. I'm going to show you that the fan works. Oh, so I think this is actually a 3-way switch. I'm also pretty sure about that. But this switch doesn't work. And that's the switch we don't know it does anything. This is front porch light. This is the outside floodlights. So I'm thinking we have a bad 3-way switch. And honestly, I forgot to get one at Lowe's both times I was there. So next visit here, I think we'll look at getting that dressed up. Here's our spotlights above the mantle. Coming here to the kitchen, we have our little track lights and our over-the-table kitchen lights. I got that out in the car. I knew there was a 3-gang switch that was cracked. I never could see it again. So I think we have probably a 3-way here. This is a porch light, and this is probably a 3-way for the floodlights. Now see, flicking this switch right here, that our back porch light is not coming on. And this has been rekeyed also to the same key. You have a sliding screen door, which does have a little tear down at the bottom. And it works really good. These little paper things have little clips. One of the clips actually broke, so I've got a little clip of my own I put up there. We'll put in a new bulb. I've got some of those out in the car. I don't test any of the plugs, but I'm gonna assume they're all gonna be working. Barn door key, side barn door, garage door, which I don't know anybody really uses the garage door. One opener, got a letter. I think this is what that's that Next Door app, which is actually pretty good to have. As far as you know, all the controls work on the refrigerator. All super nice and clean. Our tenant, Dawn, her friend that I used to work with, Vanessa, actually came down and stocked a couple little welcoming gifts. Like that over there. I'm just rinsing the bottom, what do you call that, drawer there for the fridge. There's a few little spots in there. Black sink. It's always tough to keep this clean. And here's the disposer. That's real smooth. One thing I've noticed is this doesn't always run really, it's not a straight, good stream. When you push on it hard, it is. I've replaced these before, and I've called companies and they've sent them free, but honestly I cannot find the manufacturer name on that to see about getting a replacement one. The countertop's in good shape. There's no known issues at any of the seams there. There is just a little bit of raised where water gets in there and starts raising that particle board. The backsplash area, it's been wallpapered and it's just rough. All we can do is paint over it. I would note that these little fluorescent lights would likely sometime be good just to replace with some little LEDs all along the bottom, because when you turn it on and they're cold, it takes a while for them to warm up and they really just hum a lot. So again, we have some our lights here, our track lights, our pendant lights there. Just kind of the flicker there. All right, microwave. Small but functional. Here's our stove, all very clean. Nice that it has some extra racks in there. All the drawers seem functional and clean. Just FYI, I'm putting this mouse bait out here in the kitchen. We've put 2 up in the attic. I don't know what that is. Undermount light bulbs. This is a worn place in the Formica. Oh, we got some more fluorescence under here. Okay. Dishwasher. Actually, I ran a fresh tablet through there last time, and that's got all clean. It's just really loud when it runs, but everything's clean and ran really well. It's our Lazy Susan. Just to note, there is a little crack right there. It's probably just overloaded with some heavy stuff at one point. Looks like there's been some type of little drip or leak here in the past. A lot of times that's just from people's soap bottles or the Windex bottle tips over and gets the bottom wet. All right, coming through here to the hallway. Our hall lights all have bulbs in them. We do have a fresh air filter, and there's another one in the laundry room. This is an old style Mercury balance switch, but it functions. It's on heat setting right now. Now come on in here to the master. That was the old kind of shoe rack they can put in the closet if they want. Lights, fan. We did put up a new blind. This is the one blind that was brown, but the dog chewed it. It was just all chewed up. Carpet's cleaned up really nice and good. There's only just a few little spots where there have been some furniture feet sitting there. And I vacuumed up a lot of these, but we get these little Asian beetles. That's one I missed right there, so we'll come back through with the vacuum again. I patched up where the vertical blind mounts were. Drywall mud, and did a light sand, and then 2 coats of paint. Seems to have done well there. Coming into the master. So we have our little over the sink lights, over the mirror lights. All of our hot and cold work. Sink stoppers are actually very smooth. Toilet paper holder has a little wear there on the little bar. Actually, interesting little set of light switches. Light one, fan, and the other actually is high fan, low fan. Towel bar, got a shower curtain rod. I'd say it's probably pretty dark in there once you get a shower curtain up there. As far as you know, our drain works really good there. Here's our beetle issue again. I just hadn't made it in here to the to vacuum them up, but I'm going to do that before running the water. Right here we have our master closet. Again, I think our tenant Dawn's friend brought a couple little baggies of things on over here. Got our shelves, carpet was shampooed. There's our access hatch upstairs. We put two Decon mouse bait stations up there. Each of the doors, go back into the dog thing again. There's some dog scratches. Otherwise, most doors seem to be in good shape and most wood. There's no cracks, gouges. And we have a little storage closet here. All right, one more last little scan around here. Sorry if that made your head spin around there. All nice there. Oh, and we took down the vertical blinds. The tenant asked us to, they're going to do some other kind of window treatment or maybe no window treatment at all. Again, I patched up where the mounts were for the blinds, and the blinds are actually stored upstairs in the attic. We're going to make a stop here to the hallway bathroom. Everything's nice, clean. All of our lights are working. And there's these little stupid little beetles that get everywhere this time of year. Let's look on our lights and exhaust. Our toilet flushes. I keep meaning to cut those little tags off the back. I don't know why when somebody installs that, they can't cut those off. I just installed this. It matches with the wood, but I hate how the mounting bracket, it's not fantastic, but that's the best I could get it to be tight. I got some polyurethane I'm going to put here on these little wood blocks that were filler. Just note that tile was missing up next to the tub. I think somebody just never got around to finishing the job. No signs of any cracked tile here. We still have to bring their own shower curtain rod and shower curtain. Again, here's our favorite dog with all kinds of nail scratches down the door. Under the sink, I don't really noticed any signs of any leaks before. Again, what we usually find is some shampoo bottle or something's leaked down here. To my knowledge, all the drawers are all functional and clean. We've run both sinks, both sink stoppers, and that all checks out. Come to our back corner bedroom. Now we didn't clean the windows, and they could really use some, the windows cleaned themselves. Likewise, all of the screens on the windows, they really need to be rescreened. They've showed their age. So carpet was shampooed, no signs of any stains or damage. This is the usual bed frame feet, furniture where furniture was sitting. But otherwise, everything's freshly painted. The blinds are in good shape. I've lowered those and pulled them back up. They are operational. Laundry room. I'm sure it's probably been a while since this tank was drained. Just to note, it does have CPVC pipe. I guess that runs throughout the house. Not the greatest thing to have. Here's our extra air filter. There's some stains here on some shelves. Likewise, these things have been spilled. That's our vent. It's actually closed here. Door looks in good shape. Looks like the dog was not put in here. Coming now to our other bedroom. Again, the carpet's in great shape. It was shampooed. You can just tell where some furniture and bed frames were sitting. This is one window frame that looks like it's probably too bright to see, but it's had a lot of moisture damage. These sometimes these windows have a lot of condensation on them, and it just kind of sweats on the wood. So that blind is all good shape and functional. Now look at that. How's that bozo got paint on one of the chain pulls? Ugh, that guy. So here's our fan and lights, all working good there. Again, just showing some wear here on the wood. Some gouges, some bangs. This closet has a light. Some holes from maybe a different shelf system up there prior. Carpet all fine. All right, overall, I think the house is gotten to be really good shape. There's some cable, coax cable have been run to I think all the bedrooms. There's our three-way switch for the light in the hallways. Turn down the heat a little bit. Turn out our lights. Let's just go around the house real quick to wrap up. Here into the garage. The mowing guy did hose out the garage, although he didn't seem to take a brush or anything and scrub to my thinking. And these fluorescent lights, I changed those two because one was out. They just take a long time to warm up. And I got a lot of humming going on. This is our switch to the outside lights. That's just they're both really odd. That they're motion controlled and they're also controlled by a photo optic eye. I'm going to show that our garage door is operational. I've got some this bug and spider spray. I'm going to go over the house this one time before I leave. I do need a note here on the frame on the garage door. It's been hit in several different places. Little dents, crumples, hits. And there's our lights that are on. You just notice that motion control goes on and off. Quite a few places it's been run into. And down here on this end, really odd how that got hit down here. So watch this light here brighten up. There we go. All right, so I got trimmed up the shrubs. At one time there was some termite control at the bait stations. We've got a lot of mole hills out here on the side of the house. There's a lot of them. No screen. window, although it's seen its better days. Dryer vent. Window screen just really wore out. Dang it, I didn't bring out the keys for the shed. It's all cleared out. We stored some extra barn wood out here that was left over from the redoing around the fireplace. So just empty shelves and a few pieces of wood stored in there, but it's all clean. It's all locked up. Some extra pavers for somebody who was making a patio or something there. We have two exhaust fans up in the attic. Funny, somebody chucked a little pumpkin over here. It's like the banana plants are died down for the season. All these little crazy little bugs around here. That's why we got bug spray. At some point somebody had to access the jacuzzi tub. Have that panel. Oh, there's bugs are everywhere. Out quite a bit of things underneath here. There's still a few more items. I'm just going to wait till the tenant gets moved in, and if they see something they want to have us haul off, we'll do that. We're leaving the picnic table. Dawn's friend took the swing. As I recommended in the spring, I recommend a good power washing and then repainting the deck. So the paint's coming off in spots. Leaves are on top. There's actually some gutter guard in almost all the places. There's some places that could use some gutter guard touch up, meaning some pieces are missing or wasn't installed really well. We always thought this was kind of interesting. This doorbell on the back door. I've not seen any really bad places on the porch railing other than right up here. I've surmised that at some point this was the dog chewing there and right there. It's a little wood storage rack. I'm not crazy about wood being up next to a house. Now, these screens are a little bit better shape. And all the vinyl's in good shape. I don't know if I've seen any place that actually has a hole except for up here in the eave above the garage. Oddly enough, there is one little hole right there. All right, so I think that's our total tour of the house here on Miriah. If you can see up there on the top of the chimney cap, I treated that rust and painted all that black. Wanted Kevin or Kyle or whatever his name is to cut the monkey grass down, but I'm sure our tenant will do that. We did remove the basketball goal, and there's the mailbox out there at the side of the street. Just note that at some point we need to fill this crack here in the driveway and just prevent water from getting down in there and freezing up. So that's going to conclude our tour here of 759 Miriah.